Welcome students and parents. If you're watching this video, it means you've recently transferred from face-to-face to digital. And that means there's going to be some changes coming up in your educational experience. But we're here to tell you, don't worry. We've got your back, we've got some great information for you, and we're going to help you get set up to do exactly what you need to do to be successful as a digital student. So to get you set up, we've decided to take you through the day in the life of Lexi. She's a student who's brand new to digital, and we're going to help her get set up with her new experience. And her first step is going to be getting a device. Now, to get your device, there's a couple options. First, you might have one at home that'll work really well for you. And if that's the case, you are more than welcome to use it. If you are going to use a home device, also make sure you've got a pretty good internet connection, so that way you can get online to get to your content. Now, if you don't have a device, or if you need a device, you can visit your school and a laptop should be provided for you. Additionally, if you don't have a steady or any internet connection at home, most schools can also help you procure a hotspot that will give you an internet connection. Now, for those of you who are going to use a personal device, we have a couple tips. Number one, you're going to want to make sure you download the Microsoft Teams app. This is where all of our teachers are doing their instruction and where classes take place digitally in Osceola County. Additionally, you want to make sure that you know how to access ClassLink. ClassLink is our web portal that puts you in touch with all the resources you'll need to be successful. To use ClassLink, there is a browser extension that you will need to install. But don't worry, we have videos that will be linked with this one that'll show you step by step how to download these resources and install the extension. Now, if you're borrowing a computer from your school, there's a couple extra steps you do need to take when you first pick it up. Number one, make sure that you log into that laptop before you leave campus. This can be done inside the school or even from the parking lot. You want to do this because it builds your profile on the laptop itself, and it makes sure that once you get home, you can log in easily. Number two, don't forget to pick up that hotspot if you need one. That'll give you internet access if you don't already have that set up at home. Now, once you have your device set up, how do we log in? That's the big question. For all students, you will be using your school Microsoft account. Now, what is that? It's your ID number at student.osceolaschools.net. And don't forget, when you type your ID number, if it has a 0 in the front, that has to be there. But now let's talk about digital expectations. As a student, regardless of whether you're face-to-face or participating digitally, there's a set of expectations for how to maintain yourself and participate successfully. This includes things like making sure you log in on time to your class and stay engaged while you're participating in the lessons. It also includes things like making sure you mute your microphone when other people are talking and finding a quiet place to participate to eliminate distractions. Additionally, we are going to link to the full list with this video, so please make sure you take a look at that. But now, to really show you how this works, let's take a look at a video of a student who's actually been through this digital process and participated in a classroom.
Hey, Scott, I just heard that I'm going to be switching to digital learning. Can you help me out with some tips?
Absolutely.
So I have a few questions. Here's question number one for you. What have your parents done ahead of time to get you ready for being a digital student?
Oh, that's a good question. The first thing we had to do was kind of make sure that my desk was maybe moved a little bit so that I would have a neutral background. You can see that I just got a wall behind me. That way you don't see my messy room. You don't see people walking back and forth. So that was one of the things that we did to prepare for digital learning.
Awesome. And what does your morning look like now that you're a digital student?
Oh, very similar to if I was going to school. I wake up, I brush my teeth and have breakfast, and then I get ready to start my day because I know that I'm going to be sitting in front of a computer most of the day and I won't have the time to do that later. So my day is very similar to as if I was going to school.
So can you tell me a little bit more about your digital classes and how they kind of look online?
Absolutely. I'm in middle school, so that means that my school follows the same schedule that they have for the face-to-face kids that are at school. And that means that when it's time for me to log into my first period, second period, third period class, I have to log into my teams at those times and attend class with my teacher. So I am going to be visibly talking to my teacher and seeing what my teacher's doing, seeing what the students are doing in the classroom. And when that period is done, then I go to my next period class and I do the same thing over. So it's very much like attending school.
Wow, it really does sound a lot like our classrooms in person as well. I'm really excited and I can't wait. So thank you so much for telling me those tips about our digital learning.
No problem. Good luck, Lexi.
All right, guys, it looks like you're becoming experts on this whole digital school process. But we have one final thing we want to mention: where to get help. Your first line of support will be your classroom teacher. Additionally, the tech at your school can also help provide support if you need it.